Hello friends, this is Music Man from his man cave, and a young farm boy from Tatooine has to join the Rebel Alliance. He has no choice. Obi-Wan needs him, and the princess needs him. Will he do good? My retrospective of Star Wars right now. Hello friends, Music Man here, and I love to talk about Star Wars. It began in 1977. I was 7 years old, and now you guys can figure out how old I am. My dad decided to come across the Caribbean in a freighter ship, and while we were on the mission field, and one of the first movies I can remember, I think it might have been the first movie I ever went to. And here I went and sat in this big theater there in Miami, Florida. And here came this ship, and these lasers firing, and I had never seen anything like it in my life. It completely blew all my senses. I was absolutely thrilled out of my mind. I'd never seen anything like that. Now you got to understand that on the island of Utila, where we were serving, there was no electricity for a while. And in Guatemala, the electricity was intermittent, and we used a lot of kerosene, even to run refrigerators and to run stoves. So for a young boy coming back to the United States, and the first thing to see was Star Wars, was absolutely mind-boggling. It about cooked me. It about cooked my noodle. And I don't think I've ever been the same since. So that'll explain why I have Star Wars, the original, on, for a limited time only, on VHS. Then I have the re-release of Star Wars. Now A New Hope is put on there. Star Wars, a limited edition. You can only get this now. Star Wars. Can you believe it? Now it comes out on DVD, and it has the other version with it. It's awesome. It's only for a limited time. Digitally remastered in THX. Star Wars. Star Wars! Another limited edition. This one comes with the original unaltered version. Did Han Solo shoot first? And Star Wars! Can you believe it? Now it comes out on Blu-ray! You gotta see it on Blu-ray, friends. George Lucas, enough. Now where's my 3D copy, George Lucas? Where's my 3D copy? Yes, it is true. I am a geek, and I'm a Star Wars geek, but I fell in love with this movie immediately in 1977 when I first saw it. I could not believe what I was seeing on the screen. I did not even know those things were possible in filmmaking. I don't know how they did it. I was absolutely swept away looking at the androids R2-D2 and C-3PO, and is a man really in C-3PO, or is that a real robot? Because his arms look so thin, and I was laughing at their little banter and them fighting because it was just such a new thing. When R2-D2 fell over, I laughed. I laughed at the Jawas coming out and dancing around and they were making me laugh. And I was absolutely thrilled by the old Jedi mentor coming and wielding the lightsaber and cutting off somebody's arm. And I'd never seen a lightsaber before. And that was like, whoa, that is so cool. A sword that glows. How does that work? I want one. Star Wars, wow! And I had right away the Darth Vader helmet. My brother and I were collecting the action figures. So Star Wars has been a very big part of our life. And I love the story of the young farm boy that one moment he's there on the farm and he's working, and because I grew up in that kind of lifestyle. My grandpa had a farm, and I was in charge of feeding the pigs, and I was in charge of feeding the cattle, and that's what I did many summers. And so, I related to it just like that. I understood Star Wars. So, anyway, he goes and he meets the princess, and he meets this scallywag named Han Solo, and they go to the Death Star, where they have no choice but to fight their way out. And then they have very little time to shoot a missile in this tiny little port before the Empire blows up the entire planet that the Rebel Alliance is on. And Luke is being mentored, and he's starting to understand that there's this thing called the Force, and that he relies on his senses, and he saves the day. And what a great movie it was when they were walking up and they were getting their awards from the princess and everybody was smiling, and you just walked out of the theater feeling like that was the best movie I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to see it immediately. I wanted to see it again. And of course, in those days, at my age, I'd ask my dad, can I go see it again? He'd say, I'll think about it. That means no. We'll see. That means no. The only thing that meant yes was yes. Anyone had a dad like that? But anyway, Star Wars, it's legendary, it's amazing filmmaking, and I am sure that it will be released on Blu-ray, on DVD. And I doubt that I will get that one. I might pick it up because I have every other one. Why not? But anyway, it's just my feelings on Star Wars is it's one of the greatest movies ever made. It will stand the test of time. I really don't see Star Wars 4, 5, and 6 is 3 movies. I see it as one long movie of 6 hours. Just like I see Superman 1 and 2 as one movie, because that's how it's played out. They just made you wait for the next chapter of the book. It's like reading a book and putting it down and walking away and then coming back and picking the book up and finishing it. So Star Wars gets a 10 out of 10. It's a fantastic movie. Still a delight to watch today. The alterations in the Blu-ray and the alterations that George Lucas did not really improve on the film at all. It's still the same classic story of the local boy that goes and does good. So, Music Man from his man cave signing off. Take a look at Star Wars again. I know I watch it about probably once a year, maybe once every 2 years. Take care. Bye now.